Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's vlog. My name is Adam. Today, we're going to be looking at my weight. We're going to number weight. Yes, weight. We're going to be tracking my weight, and it's all through the use of a Fitbit. Unfortunately, it doesn't log it automatically. It's something I have to do myself when I go on the computer. So we've only got like 6 journal entries since I got this Fitbit of when I've actually logged my weight. So moving forward, the logging of the weight is going to become very scattered in order to keep the consistency. If you're coming in for the first time, like, what's this all about? Well, I've been doing a vlog for the past year, and I think it ends the end of this April. And I've decided to go vegan in 5 days and counting. So this has now turned into kind of like a vegan journal, to where the last 100 videos, and we're on the countdown to that, the last 100 videos, basically will be what I'm like as a vegan, and then at the end of the 365 videos, I can sort of compare and have a look at what I was like when I was eating meat, which I still am, and drinking dairy, and what I am like as a vegan moving forward. So yeah, today it's all about looking at my weight via the app, the Fitbit app. It's Sunday today, that's why it's running a little bit late on the old time for the vlog. I've got to be in work later at 4, so let's get started. So I've got the scales in the bathroom. Let's go have a look here. So I've written down basically all the stats from the Fitbit app. Okay, so that I've been logging over the past, well, since December 2018. Excuse me. December 2018 is when I got this Fitbit. So, or when I started logging the stats for it. And I weighed myself back then. Now, a little brief history. I'll tell you the weight of what it was in December 2018, but a little brief history about my weight as a person anyway. Growing up, I mean, most kids, I grew up in the 80s, okay? Most kids were stick thin in the 80s that I knew. I grew up in Texas. So I don't actually, I think I had one large kid in the class and that was it. And he wasn't exactly large compared to today's standards. Even growing up in England, when we came back in 1989, and I grew up in the 90s in the UK, I don't remember seeing a lot of porky kids running around. I really don't. Maybe one again in the class. And I was stick thin. I was honestly, I was so thin as I started to get into my teenage years. When I was like 19, I was that thin. I think I was like 10 stone. My grandma thought I had cancer because I was that thin. And it's just because my metabolism was, running faster than it does now, clearly. But I was just an active person anyway. I enjoyed playing sports and I was always on the go. I didn't really like taking buses. I prefer walking, which is kind of a thing I prefer still to do now. But it's like, as I got older into my 20s and then 30s, obviously this metabolism, this ace metabolism I had was beginning to slow down because I was slightly getting more pudgy and pudgier. And I think it was also due to the type of foods I was eating, because growing up as a kid, like my mom, I'm gonna speak to my mom actually and ask her to give me a list of foods like as a kid that I would be given on a regular basis, so I can get an average of what my meal was like when I was a kid. But growing up, from what I remember, like, it wasn't filled with meat, like loads of meat products. So like maybe a cottage pie like once a month, or lasagna once a month. It was mainly dishes that had very little meat in, or no meat. But as I got older as an adult and I was making my own choices for what I would eat, you know, yeah, like steaks, let's have a steak. I don't even remember my mom ever cooking me a steak as a kid, or as I never got given a steak as a kid. That was only when I grew into an adult and discovered it. So the choices I made growing up eating, clear, and my metabolism slowing down, clearly began to bring an effect on my body because I started to get heavier and heavier. And I moved from 10 to 12 to 13, 14, you know, up to 15 as my sort of last. I think I even went as high as 16 when I was up living up in Chester. I mean, there's pictures of me as a hefty kid, or not a kid. I'm a man, I'm like 35. But there's pictures of me with quite a big belly on. And there's a moment when I fell ill and I was hospitalized for a week. And just prior to that, I was really bloated and fat. And then lost loads of weight because I was ill in hospital. And I've never been higher than 17 stone, you know? So, December 2018, put the Fitbit on. It's logged on the app. I've checked the app on the PC, and it's logged 15 stone 3. Okay, so that's our basis. Okay, the next time I logged it was because that was like early December. I think it was like the 6th of December. The next entry was on the 24th of December, the day before Christmas Day, and I was 15 stone 3.9. So I've gained like 0.9 pounds. I was 15 stone 3 pounds, 15. I mean, pretty much almost gained a pound in weight within 3 weeks. And I was actually exercising then. I was still exercising from doing the running every morning because I did the Friday thing at the cinema. So how I gained weight actually when I was running, because I was actually slimming down. I really don't understand that. But in February 2019, again, still running, I dropped that 4 pounds and went down to 15 stone even, right? That was the next entry. So the exercise was paying off. I lost 4 pounds from December to February, which, to be honest, to me doesn't sound like much, to be honest. I think I could have lost a lot more weight, but you could evidently see it in my face and in my body. The next entry isn't until April. Now, I don't know when in April. Oh, yes, I do. The 29th, sorry. So this is like a day before my operation, I think. Or no, was that the end of May? I think it was the end of May, the operation. Anyway, what was I doing in April? Okay, so I was doing part-time work in the cinema as a cleaner in the morning, as well as doing the cinema job in the afternoon or evening. So I was very active, very active. I don't think I was running anymore because I had the hernia was popping. I think I was prepping at the time for surgery. Because I think it was the end of April, or I can't remember now when I had the operation. End of April, end of May. But anyway, my weight was 15 stone 6 pounds 0.9. So that's nearly 7 pounds of weight gained because I stopped running. Like, that's major, guys. That's major. Now, I still had that job at the cinema, and I think I had it. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't have the job at the cinema. Sorry. I'd left by then because of the bullying that was going on there. My supervisor was a total, bully. So I left. So actually, I stopped running. I stopped the second job. Yeah, that's why I put on 7 pounds of weight, actually. Yeah. Anyway, December 2019, so this is now just Christmas just gone, we weighed ourselves 16 stone and 6 pounds. That's a full stone in weight from April to December. Like, from April to December, didn't hardly no exercise except for waking up at 5 a.m. every day. I think there was a 2-week period where me and the missus was going out and doing an exercise walk first thing in the morning, but that was it. So obviously I've gained a lot of weight, and that's been the meat eating as well. I've been eating a lot of foods, and there's been a lot of takeouts as well in that time period as well, more so than the year before, like double or triple the amount. So that's I put on a stone in takeout weight, I reckon. Anyway, I weighed myself recently, like 2-3 weeks ago, I think. January, it was early January, just after Christmas, 16.7. So I've gained another pound of weight since Christmas, right? Another pound of weight. Now, I have Oh, okay. I thought I heard like a tsunami coming past then. Somebody just flushed the toilet. Well, it's a tsunami for a spider, isn't it? So recently, I've been kind of half vegan in it. So all the milk we've got is vegan milk. It's really lovely, really thick and creamy. Man, it's much more better than regular milk, and it's just there's no milk in it. It's just like I don't know what it's plant based with protein packed with proteins. But it's really nice. And the other night, me and the missus had a vegan taco meal. And I'm going to put a picture of on the thumbnail of this video. So if you're watching it, you know, that's what the picture is the vegan tacos. Now, vegan tacos were nice and lovely, and I'd be happy to have them for the rest of my life. They didn't flavor, but it's not a bad flavor or a hideous flavor. I really enjoyed. I'd be happy to have vegan tacos for the rest of my life, because afterwards I did not feel bloated or tired. I wasn't getting the meat sweats or anything like that. I felt like, to be honest, my belly didn't feel that full either. It's so weird, man. So it's like, yeah, bring on the tacos, you know, and you don't feel like afterwards. Anyway, let's weigh ourselves. Right, so put this on the floor and step on. I don't think holding this phone is going to make a massive difference. So we'll just leave that like that, and then wait a minute, you know. Whoa, 16.5, which means 2 pounds of weight since I recorded this journal, and this was like 2 weeks ago, this journal, so this was before I had any vegan stuff. I've already lost 2 pounds in weight. That's probably just due to the milk, and I mean, I don't know actually, because I haven't had much more vegan stuff. I've had a couple of vegan meals, and that's about it. So my gosh, instant results basically is what I would say. 16.5. Remember that. Write that down. Right. So let's head back into the bedroom in case anybody needs a toilet. So put you there. So basically, what's going to happen now is, you know, I can't now start just logging my weight every month because it's going to be inconsistent results. Like, I will track my weight every month, but I've got to match the results here in order to see a real result. You know, I've got to weigh myself at the end of this year in December, twice, once in February, once in April, and then I can measure the results because they'll be exactly the same, you know, parameters. You know, if I start throwing in loads of different results, it's not going to look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh myself on the day I turn, not the day I turn vegan, sorry, on the day of the 365 video. I'm going to weigh myself. I'm going to weigh myself also on video, like the last 25 videos to go, because what my plan is when we turn on the 100 video, and that's when I turn vegan, and I want to have like a nice little regime put out for me with weights, you know, and the bike, you know, and stuff like that. So then I can track to see the difference between being a vegan without exercising, being a vegan and exercising. So I'll weigh myself in that switchover point. So I'll weigh myself after 25 days of a vegan, right? And then 25 days of being a vegan and exercising as well. And then on the 365 video, that's when we're going to do it again. And so we can get these results. And then I'll continue to log my weight just for kicks, really, and put it in the Fitbit. But like the next time I do a video will be to match these results, to mirror these results. And then that's the best way I feel to see how much, you know, the weight does drop or change because of the lifestyle choice of diet and exercise. And that's it really for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be tracking the steps. Okay, so it's more like exercise tracking, you know, and again, we've got information from 2018 because it does it automatically, and you know, it does it on a basis of like when you reach 10,000, which I think you can set that yourself to be any target, but it's been set to 10,000, I think, as default. So whenever I hit 10,000 steps, I get a little party going off on my Fitbit and little, you know, fireworks kick off and stuff like that. So then I know I've hit 10,000. And I tell you that they're really interesting results for tomorrow. I can't wait to start looking at them, and then also measuring going forward as well. Because, like I said, when we get to, that 25th video to go, we're going to look at all these stats again. And then when we get to the end of the vlogs, we're going to look at all the stats again, and we can compare all these results, and I think the proof then is in the pudding, because I think I'm already starting to feel a change from the very small things of change in my life. So the milk basically is, for me, the major change is that we no longer drink regular milk. We drink it's not even well, it's soya bean based milk packed with proteins, but it's not got soya milk on the front cover. It's just got plant based protein milk. But it is pretty much soya milk. Anyway, we've been drinking that, and I've noticed a difference already in myself because of that. And I've had a couple of vegan meals as well, and again, I've noticed a difference immediately. So again, I can't wait for this turn. The countdown to the 5 begins today, and when on the 16th of January, we're gonna have a big last meat meal. A meat and dairy meal, or meat and dairy day, probably, to be honest, because yeah, there's a few things I want to pack in that day, so we'll try not to have a heart attack. Anyway, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care, and have a good day. Bye.